Good morning, America. For viewers in the West, new fears for the economy, rare wildfires, and madness on the court and the course. Not ruling out a recession. After a week of shaky markets and tariff whiplash, overnight President Trump defends tariffs to reporters on Air Force One. Now he says he's planning for even more. We're live at the White House and on Wall Street with what's coming next.
Fiery wreck. A small plane crashing near a retirement home shortly after takeoff. Flames and smoke shooting into the air after it hit at least a dozen vehicles in a parking lot. How all 5 people on board survived.
On alert, firefighters racing to battle rare wildfires on Long Island. Strong winds fueling the flame.
Holy.
The multi-day wind event sending this board flying from a pickup, slamming through another car's windshield. Ginger is tracking the latest.
Urgent search for the American college student who vanished on spring break in the Dominican Republic.
New details about the last days of Gene Hackman and his wife. What we know about the rare virus that killed her days before the Oscar winner died.
Shocking race. Watch what happens when these 2 high school sprinters are side by side as they round the corner. One hit over the head with a baton. What the 16-year-old and her parents are saying this morning.
Is this decision day for the Menendez brothers? Why one of their family members is accusing the DA of verbally and emotionally re-traumatizing the family, as the LA District Attorney is set to make a big announcement.
And don't you forget about March Madness. Oh, the buzzer beaters, the upsets, Juju, Paige, and who's dancing for the first time.
There's no way!
And the epic celebration after a hole-in-one at one of the most famous spots in all of golf.
Live from Times Square, it's Monday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Woo, that shot.
Hole in one. His name's Michael too, but we didn't have the same results on the golf course because I played this weekend and I did not come close to that.
No,
I didn't say that much.
Keep hope alive, Michael. Keep hope alive. Also, a lot of excitement as we roll into March Madness. And if you recognize the song that we were just playing, you might be excited about a Breakfast Club reunion. That's all coming up.
Love that movie. We're going to begin with President Trump's new tariff threat. He sparked fears over the economy as he declined to rule out the possibility of a recession. We'll get the latest from the markets. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott starts us off from the White House. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you. And the president has insisted that Americans will be better off in the long run because of these tariffs, but he has acknowledged there could be some economic pain. When asked directly if there would be a recession, he did not rule it out. This morning, after a week of shaky markets and tariff whiplash, President Trump is hesitant to rule out a recession in 2025.
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition because what we're doing is very big. We're bringing wealth back to America.
But just days ago, the markets tumbled when Trump imposed a 25% tariff on goods from Canada and Mexico. The president quickly reversing course. Now Trump says he's planning for even more. A 25% tariff on all foreign steel and aluminum will take effect on Wednesday, and vowing to impose what he calls reciprocal tariffs on countries too.
April 2nd, it becomes all reciprocal. What they charge us, we charge them.
This morning, China's 10 to 15% retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods, including chicken, wheat, soybeans, and beef, now taking effect. Many economists warn the impact of tariffs will be passed down to consumers in the form of higher prices, but the president defending them.
Oh, I think the tariffs are going to be the greatest thing we've ever done as a country. It's going to make our country rich again.
The president also threatening hefty tariffs on Canadian dairy and lumber. The National Association of Home Builders says even a 25% tariff could increase the cost by $10,000 for a new single-family home. Dennis Woodruff owns a Maryland lumber yard and voted for Trump. He tells our Selena Wang his customers will pay the price.
I still support him. It's just going to be something all consumers have to pay for. It'll probably cut my sales down.
The president has offered different reasons for the tariffs. His top economic advisor says it's all about forcing Canada and Mexico to crack down on fentanyl.
What happened was that we launched a drug war, not a trade war, and it was part of a negotiation to get Canada and Mexico to stop shipping fentanyl across our borders.
Less than 1% of fentanyl seized last year came from Canada. Mexico's president says they've seen a 40% drop at the beginning of the year. Democrats who have struggled to take on the president, blasting Trump's policies and trying to zero in on the economy.
They're destroying the economy, and they're making it harder and harder for Americans to afford things. That's where we need to keep the focus.
The government is set to shut down on Friday. House Republicans have released their plan to avert a shutdown. House Democrats say they will not vote for it. It's unclear what Senate Democrats will do, but the president was asked directly if he believes there will be a government shutdown, and he did not rule it out either. Robin.
All right, our thanks to you, Rachel. And now to Wall Street, because it is set to begin a new week this morning amid growing concerns about the economy among traders. Chief Economic Correspondent Rebecca Jarvis is there on Wall Street for us this morning. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning, Robin. And you can feel the uncertainty over tariffs, over the potential for a government shutdown, over what's happening in the economy, how much it's slowing, reflected in the stock market. This morning, it's already been very volatile. Out of the gate, stocks opening up more than 1% lower. Americans, at a minimum, will pay a one-time price adjustment higher with these tariffs. American businesses importing goods will be paying that price, a tax at the border that usually does get passed to consumers. And I've talked to some businesses who said they're going to eat some of that tariff, or few are even splitting it with their Mexican and Canadian counterparts, but they can't do all of that, and they don't have a U.S. alternative for their supplies and production. In other words, even if they wanted to today, there isn't an American factory or a producer where they could go and make their goods. And we've now heard from companies from Best Buy to Target who have said they do anticipate price increases ahead. Finally, there are these signs of a slowdown in the economy. You have consumer confidence. That's beginning to wane a bit. The jobs report on Friday, 151,000 jobs added. Not bad, but less strong. And with consumer confidence coming down, these DOGE cuts, which in return will start to show up in jobs reports going forward. You'll have fewer government jobs. That can also weigh on consumer sentiment as well, because if people hear that their neighbor or their friend are losing a job, they get nervous in turn, they spend less, and in turn, companies hire less. That can have a real impact on the economy, Michael.
Yeah, and as you said about the cost of goods, someone will pay the price, and it seems to be the consumer. Thank you so much for that, Rebecca. And we're going to turn now to the back and forth over tariffs. Canada had the new leader to succeed Justin Trudeau, who's stepping down after nearly a decade as prime minister. Our chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz, has the story. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, Michael. There's no question that Donald Trump's shadow was hanging over Canada's election, and no question that Canada's new leader is ready to take him on.
Overnight, Liberal Party leader Mark Carney, a successful banker and investor, chosen as Canada's new prime minister, succeeding Justin Trudeau and quickly and defiantly taking aim at the U.S.
I know that these are dark days. Dark days brought on by a country we can no longer trust.
In words unimaginable just a few months ago, Carney, in his acceptance speech, saying the main threat to Canada right now is the United States, calling it the greatest threat of our lifetime.
America is not Canada. And Canada never, ever will be part of America in any way, shape, or form.
Addressing President Trump directly, slamming the president's threats of annexation, and accusing Trump of attacking Canadian workers, businesses, and families through tariffs.
We didn't ask for this fight. We didn't ask for this fight. But Canadians are always ready when someone else drops the gloves. So the Americans, they should make no mistake, in trade as in hockey, Canada will win.
The newly elected prime minister said Canadians cannot let Trump succeed in what he called a crisis to the south. So, George, brace yourself for what could be a very different relationship with our northern neighbor in the months to come. George.
Yes, some real startling rhetoric there. Okay, Martha, thanks very much. We're going to stay overseas. Israel's cut off electricity to Gaza. This affects the drinking water for the area. Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman is in Tel Aviv. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, George. That's right. Israel cutting off power to the lone facility in Gaza that was still receiving electricity from Israel. It was a desalination plant that we're told provided water to thousands, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians in central Gaza. And of course, this comes a week after Israel cut off the flow of aid and goods into Gaza in order to try to pressure Hamas to continue that first phase of that ceasefire deal, which exchanged hostages for Palestinian prisoners. That as today, negotiations resuming between all the parties in Qatar. But those negotiations are being overshadowed by those side talks that the Trump administration was having directly with Hamas. And this breaks a massive taboo. Never before has any U.S. administration ever spoken directly to Hamas. We understand Israel was not happy about it, but the U.S. envoy who was leading those talks, Adam Bowler, said he wasn't just trying to negotiate the release of that lone Israeli-American hostage, Don Alexander, but the release of all of the hostages. Robin.
All right, Matt, our thanks to you. Now, the small plane crash in Pennsylvania. All 5 people on board the plane were injured when it slammed into a parking lot near the airport. Transportation correspondent Gio Benitez is in Lancaster, Pennsylvania for us. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, Robin, good morning. Yeah, I want to show you what's behind me here. You see these buildings? This is a retirement village, and you see those trees? Well, the plane is right there in between those trees, right in that little parking lot that you mentioned, Robin. Incredibly, though, everyone here on the ground survived. People were not injured. Everyone on board also survived. This morning, dramatic video showing this fiery plane crash near a retirement village in Manheim Township, Pennsylvania. Flames and plumes of smoke filling the air. The plane hitting at least a dozen vehicles, and yet incredibly, no one on the ground was hurt. On board, 5 people, all surviving and taken to the hospital for injuries.
At no point did the plane or the aircraft strike any part of the structure, so we're very confident that all safety concerns have been addressed.
The plane, a Beechcraft Bonanza, had just taken off from Lancaster Airport nearby when the pilot reported an open door.
Lancaster Tower, Bonanza 347 Mike has an open door. We need to return for landing.
347 Mike, roger. You want to make it to 31 or 26?
Lancaster Tower, I cannot hear you with the wind, so we're going to return to 26. We're going to do downwind.
That wind is exactly what Jordan Spackman noticed when he saw the plane in the air.
It was a windy day and it was struggling. I could see it kind of teetering and kind of making movements like this. And it was headed straight for the assisted living facility.
Instead, the plane missing the building, crashing into a parking lot.
Rescue 1, Lancaster Tower, the aircraft is down out just behind the terminal on the parking lot street area.
I don't know how it somehow crashed in this tiny parking lot, just missing the building. And that was my first initial worry.
That plane never making contact with the building. Police believe it skidded about 100 feet after first making contact with the ground. Now, there are many questions this morning. The NTSB, of course, is going to investigate all of them. But one of the central questions here is why that door was open. Did it take off with the door already open, or did that door open after takeoff? And that's what investigators are going to be looking at, Michael.
Yeah, a lot of questions to be answered, Gio. Thank you for that. Now, to concern about the rare wildfires that erupted on Long Island after powerful winds and dry conditions fueled the flames. Morgan Norwood is in West Hampton, New York, with the latest for us. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning to you, Michael. And what a close call for West Hampton. Just look at some of the damage right behind me. The fire ripping through this trailer. This is all that's left. The owner actually watching it all unfold. And this morning, investigators are looking into whether someone intentionally started these blazes.
Holy.
Officials and residents in West Hampton Beach on edge this morning after scenes like this. Massive plumes of smoke stretching for miles after rare, fast-moving wildfires erupted on Long Island.
The weather is still a very significant concern and threat to us. We are hoping for some moisture to come in with this. It's not looking like that in the very near future.
The billowing black smoke from the raging wildfires surrounding Sunrise Highway. Dry and windy conditions acting as a blowtorch, pushing the flames dangerously close to homes and businesses.
I saw what looked like a tornado cloud coming from this direction.
2 commercial buildings damaged. Mark Cirillo taking this cell phone video as the flames closed in on his business.
The fire exploded and the flames went up and over the building and basically enveloped the whole place.
First responders from more than 90 fire departments, EMS agencies, and the National Guard aggressively battling the fire from the ground and by air. At least 2 firefighters injured.
And arson investigators are now combing through video footage and interviewing 911 callers to determine how and where these fires started. They say they hope to have a preliminary report in at least 2 days. Robin?
Such a scary situation, Morgan. Thank you. We're going to shift gears now to the countdown to March Madness with Selection Sunday just around the corner. Excuse me. There's already been a lot of excitement with some big conference championship games. Teams clinching their ticket to the big dance for the first time. And Will Reeve, I know you're watching it all.
Sure am. Hello. Good morning to everybody. We got a lot to get to. We start with the Big Ten title game between UCLA and USC. The women, the Bruins, getting the better of their intra-city rival, but USC sophomore superstar Juju Watkins hit a major milestone in her career, surpassing Caitlin Clark's point scored record in the first 2 years of a women's college player's career. Yeah. So she's off to a great start. In the ACC championship, the Duke Blue Devils with a come-from-behind upset win, the first ACC title for head coach Kara Lawson.
There we go, Duke.
Duke riding the momentum from their stunner over Notre Dame in the semifinals.
That was big.
It was, so good start.
And big news, defending champs pulled off an upset.
They sure did, Michael. You're absolutely right. 5th-ranked South Carolina. They pulled off the upset, beating number 1 Texas to win their 3rd straight SEC title. Coach Don Staley's team, they're not undefeated like they were last year, but Staley did say, I'm so proud of our team for being resilient. I'm so proud of our team for working through it all.
How about tonight?
Tonight we want to see Paige Beckers and UConn. They're in the Big East final. And then the High Point University in North Carolina. The men coming back from a 15-point deficit to win the Big South Conference. They're in the NCAA tournament for the first time in their history.
Wow.
The women also going to the Big Dance for the second time. We're looking forward to that in March.
There's some buzzer beaters for the men.
Yes, the men. Alabama beating Auburn on an overtime buzzer beater. And then St. John's, Rick Pitino, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat, beating Marquette on an overtime buzzer beater.
St. John's, wow.
They're back, baby.
Great job there, Rick Pitino. Thank you. Thank you, Will. Appreciate that. Coming up on GMA, the nurse who says her wellness tracker ring helped save her life. Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Tara Narula, is here with what to know.
Plus, new at 7:30, the investigation after this driver rammed his car into a CarMax.
And Ariel Reshef is tracking the urgent search for a college student that's been missing for 5 days, Ariel?
Yeah, good morning to you, Robin. That 20-year-old student was here in Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic enjoying her spring break with her friends before she mysteriously vanished. What police are saying about the last time she was spotted and where their investigation is leading them this morning. We'll have that coming up.
Coming up on GMA, Wonder Woman Gal Gadot is here live in Times Square taking on a Disney classic. So you wait right there. We will be right back.
Back here on GMA, one of the standout moments from the American Idol season premiere, that woman right there, Colby Jordan. Woo, she impressed Lionel Richie, so much so that he called someone mighty special. Who you calling there? Who you calling?
Calling Patty.
Patty LaBelle. Not only did Colby get a golden ticket, later in the show, we saw the judges and Ryan Seacrest give Colby a platinum ticket.
Whoa.
American Idol, it is back on Sunday.
That was a great moment. Yeah. Now new at 7:30. Overnight, North Korea fired ballistic missiles into the sea. This came just hours after the U.S. and South Korea began combined military drills. There's also been a multi-day wind event in the Northeast. It caused this terrifying moment on New York City's Verrazano Bridge. You see it right there. A board flew from a pickup truck, slamming through the car's windshield. Amazingly, no one was injured.
Also, police say a driver who rammed his car into a California CarMax store this weekend has turned himself in. 8 people were injured, including 2 in critical condition. The customer had apparently just had his car appraised. Officials are investigating the incident as an intentional act. And another record-setting deal in the NFL. Buffalo Bills quarterback and league MVP Josh Allen will reportedly sign a 6-year, $330 million contract that includes $250 million guaranteed.
What?
It is the largest guaranteed total ever in the NFL. Allen's 260 touchdowns are the most and a player's first 7 seasons in the league history. And I wish I were 30 years younger.
Back in the day, they would not guarantee money back in the day.
I tell you right now, 30 years younger, life would be a lot different.
We'd be by ourselves, is what he's trying to say, George.
Possibility is very high for
right.
that.
We have a search now for a missing American college student vanishing on a spring break in the Dominican Republic. The 20-year-old last seen on the beach in a popular resort town. Our Ariel Reshef is in the Dominican Republic with more. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you, Robin. You can see why Punta Cana is such a popular destination, especially for spring break. You have these beautiful beaches. There have already been tourists out dotting them this morning. You have the nightlife. That's what the family of this 20-year-old says that she was enjoying before she mysteriously vanished, launching an international effort to find her.
This morning, an urgent multi-agency search for University of Pittsburgh student Sadiksha Konanki, missing in the Dominican Republic for 5 days. The 20-year-old, along with 5 female friends, were celebrating spring break at the popular hotel Riu Palace Punta Cana before she vanished shortly before 5 a.m. Thursday. She was last spotted on CCTV cameras on the beach in front of the resort at 4:15 a.m. Her father says he spoke with her the night before her disappearance.
My daughter said that she's enjoying her trip, spring break, and everything was going okay. And she was really happy.
Dominican authorities told ABC News it's possible Konanki may have drowned, saying they were told by her friends that a man was last seen with her on the beach and the two of them were caught in a big wave. But the sheriff of the county in Virginia where Konanki lives says it's too early to make any judgments.
We are looking obviously at all the phone contacts that were made, the people that she was with, people she may have met. We want to make sure that we're leaving no stone unturned. And so as far as the ongoing investigation, we're very prayerful and hopeful it turns out fine.
Konanki is a resident of the U.S. and a citizen of India. The Indian embassy saying it is extending all assistance to local Dominican authorities.
When your children go on these spring breaks, to look at, State Department bulletins to see if there's anything of concern that they should be aware of before they go.
And again, Konanki may have drowned, according to authorities, and officials say that her family has flown here searching for answers. There are no suspects. No one has been charged in this case, but the investigation is ongoing. Michael.
All right. Thank you for that, Ariel. We're going to turn now to new details on the investigation into the death of actor Gene Hackman and his wife. Officials say she died of a very rare respiratory illness nearly a week before he died of heart disease and Alzheimer's disease. Trevor Alt joins us with more. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, Michael. So the answers to the mystery of what happened to Gene and Betsy Hackman were shocking for several reasons, mainly because the details are so heartbreaking, but also because of Betsy Hackman's cause of death, a very rare sickness called hantavirus.
This morning, authorities in New Mexico say Gene Hackman died of heart disease and Alzheimer's complications a week after his wife Betsy died of a rare and deadly disease known as hantavirus.
Hantavirus can be transmitted to people through rodent urine, droppings, or saliva.
Investigators say they don't know how or when Betsy Hackman contracted the virus. The day of her death, she was seen visiting a pharmacy in a mask before returning home. She was later found dead in the bathroom.
There's an incubation period where you have no symptoms, and that period can range anywhere from a little over a week to 8 weeks.
There's been less than 900 cases of hantavirus since the CDC began tracking it in 1993. It usually presents with flu-like symptoms. While it's most commonly spread through deer mice in the Southwest, New Mexico typically only has a few cases per year, but experts say the mortality rate can be 35 to 40%.
Patients commonly are sick enough that they'll seek medical attention, but unfortunately the disease is rarely suspected at that time.
Officials say Hackman had no outside communication in the week after his wife's death.
Does this mean Gene Hackman was likely home with his deceased wife for a week before he passed away himself?
Yes, I would assume that is the case.
Now, experts say to prevent hantavirus, if you have a rodent infestation, it is very important you wear protective gear and disinfect with bleach. Though we should note, authorities said they didn't find any signs of an unkept home at the Hackman's house, and they may never know how Betsy got sick, George.
So strange and so sad. Okay, Trevor, thanks. We return now to an attack during a high school track and field relay race. One runner hit another in the head with a baton. Janae Norman here with the story. Good morning, Janae.
Hey, George, this is a crazy video that you have to see. It's unimaginable, unsportsmanlike conduct on the track. This morning, a high school track star is still recovering nearly a week after being hit on the head by another runner during a race.
Junior Kaylin Tucker was running the second leg of the 4x200 relay in the Virginia State High School League Championships when the shocking incident happened.
That's when she hit me with the baton.
Watch again as you see the two sprinters running side by side as they round the corner with Kaylin on the outside, Kaylin's mother cheering her on. Just as Kaylin is passing the other runner, the athlete swings her baton, striking Kaylin.
I just felt a bang on my head and then I fell off the track immediately.
Kaylin dropping her baton and reaching for her head.
The whole Coliseum pretty much gasped. I just jumped up out of the bleachers immediately and ran to her on the main floor.
The 16-year-old was later diagnosed with a concussion. The family says neither the athlete who struck Kaylin nor the other team's coaches checked on Kaylin or reached out afterwards.
To see that they kept running and she not stop and check on my daughter, that was the part where I was like, it couldn't have been an accident.
The other runner, who attends IC Norcom High School, has not been named. Kaylin's parents say Norcom's athletic director and the girl's father apologized in a phone call, but they're still waiting for the opposing athlete and her coaches to reach out.
We definitely want the coaches and a personal apology from the actual athlete as well, because it's only right.
The Virginia High School League saying in a statement, "We thoroughly review every instance like this," adding, "The VHSL membership has always made it a priority to provide student athletes with a safe environment for competition."
Meanwhile, Kaylin's parents say that they're still waiting to see what disciplinary actions will be taken against the other athlete before deciding their next steps. In the meantime, guys, because Kaylin's been recovering for a week, they're hoping that she can finally return to school today. Because she's been out recovering.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But glad she's okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. As always, Janae, my girl Janae. Now on GMA, a big announcement from LA's district attorney about the Menendez brothers as they fight for their release. And it comes as one of the brothers' family members is slamming the DA in a new letter to the Justice Department. Kana Whitworth is in LA with more for us. Good morning to you, Kana.
Yeah, Robert, good morning. So while we still don't know how District Attorney Nathan Hochman feels about resentencing for the brothers, he has opposed a new trial for Eric and Lyle, who are serving life sentences without parole. And now one family member calling the district attorney dismissive and hostile in a new letter.
A major development this morning in the Menendez brothers murder case. ABC News has obtained a letter from the family accusing the district attorney, Nathan Hochman, of being biased and violating the family's rights as victims of a crime.
We're tired of feeling like political pawns. And I know, I know that Hochman does really not like that word, but that's what the group feels like now.
Eric and Lyle Menendez were convicted of murder for the 1989 slaying of their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez. Lawyers petitioned for a new trial in 2023 after they say they uncovered new evidence supporting the claim that Jose had been molesting the boys.
Anybody reasonable can only come to one conclusion. They should be out.
But DA Hochman, who took over in December, recently said he opposes a retrial for the brothers.
Eric and Lyle Menendez had told 5 different versions of the events of what had happened.
He's announced a press conference to be held later today, and the family has called for the pair's release for years and is criticizing Hochman for dismissing what they claim is a valid argument for retrial.
They have always taken ownership of what they chose to do. Given the circumstances of what went on in their household as they grew up as a family, we believe that they have served their time.
California's governor, who has the power to grant the brothers clemency, has also ordered a risk assessment to see if they're fit for release. The brothers, in a jailhouse interview last month, said they now have hope for the first time in decades.
It's a very new concept for us, this idea of hope for freedom.
Now, their cousin wants the DA to recuse himself. And while DA Hochman hasn't commented on these recent accusations, he's told us in the past that he's met with family members, examined thousands of trial transcripts and hundreds of hours of videotaped testimony in order to make the best decision. So we'll see what he says later today, guys.
Yeah, we will. We'll see what comes up. All right, Kana, thank you for that. Now at our play of the day, in a hole-in-one celebrated in the best way possible. Will Reeves back with this video. Hey, Will.
Hey, Michael, this is a dream. I've had this specific dream, actually. Par 3, 7th hole at Pebble Beach, and you get to hit a hole-in-one. There's nothing better. So this is Michael Grace on the tee, lefty taking a nice divot. Means there's probably some backspin on this ball. We're going to have to see where it goes, but I bet you can guess. Here we go. We're running. Not great camera work. We're heading toward the green. I promise you the ball is in the hole. We wouldn't be showing you otherwise, although that is a very nice view. Michael getting very excited. They're hugging. They're happy. And where's the ball in the hole? Here it is. Look at this. Good job. How exciting. Has anyone here hit a hole-in-one?
I have.
What?
Yeah, I had one.
Did you do this? Did you run around and go crazy?
No, because you really couldn't see it. And then we wanted to take pictures, and we thought we did. But then my friend who said he took the pictures later said, "Oh, I messed up, and I didn't get a picture."
Oh,
we believe
no,
you.
It's very true.
Very good. Yeah.
We'll take your report.
Yeah.
Oh my! Oh wow! The disbelief.
Yeah, really. Hey, let's come up with pop news.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m., not ruling out a recession. After a week of shaky markets and tariff whiplash. Overnight, President Trump defends tariffs to reporters on Air Force One. Now Trump says he's planning for even more. Karen Reed on trial. A first look behind the scenes as the Massachusetts woman accused of murdering her Boston police officer boyfriend fights the charges.
This is my version of testifying. Doing this film is my testimony.
She gets ready for the start of the retrial.
This morning, the woman who says her Oura Ring knew she had cancer before her diagnosis, what it alerted her to, and what we can learn from these smart devices and how to stay safe. Dr. Nurullah joins us live.
And we are setting sail into a new week with Dr. Odyssey star Don Johnson.
We're on our way.
Live in Times Square with an exclusive sneak peek at the hit show. And he's saying,
"Good morning, America."
Live from Times Square, it's Monday. Good morning, America.
Monday it is, and Good Morning America. We have a lot coming up. Don Johnson, Gal Gadot, plus a surprise from Robert Downey Jr., Breakfast Club reunion, and some news that everybody needs from Nobody Wants This.
Nobody wants this. So that's all today. We got a treat tomorrow as well. Sunset Boulevard star Nicole Scherzinger. Oh my goodness. She is going to be here performing live in Times Square. You do not want to miss that. Trust us on that. You know, we lost that hour on Sunday, so Lori B is here with expert advice for National Sleep Week. This morning, how to pick the right mattress for any sleep issue.
First, look at the top stories breaking at 8, starting with President Trump's tariff threat. He sparked new fears over the economy as he declined to rule out the possibility of a recession. I want to go back to senior political correspondent Rachel Scott at the White House. Good morning, Rachel.
George, good morning to you again. Yes, it has been several days of whiplash with the president's on-again and off-again tariffs. He was asked directly if he believes these tariffs would lead to a recession, and the president declined to rule it out. He said they didn't want to make a prediction, insisting there would be a period of transition. The president has insisted that Americans will be better off in the long run because of these tariffs, but economists warn the impacts will be passed off to consumers in the form of higher prices. Just days ago, the markets tumbled when Trump imposed a 25% tariff on goods from Canada and Mexico. He quickly reversed course, but this morning he's planning even more. 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum will take effect on Wednesday. He's also vowing to impose hefty tariffs on Canadian dairy and lumber. Some experts warn that could drive up the prices of homes. Now, China has responded in the form of retaliatory tariffs, 10 to 15% on everything from chicken to beef to soybeans to wheat. That is now in effect today, Robin.
All right, Rachel, thanks to you again. And we have that small plane crash in Pennsylvania. All 5 people on board the plane were injured when it slammed into a parking lot near the airport. Let's go back to our transportation correspondent, Gio Benitez in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We're so grateful that everyone survived here. Gio, good morning.
It really is incredible, Robin. It's incredible that that plane missed these buildings here by mere feet. And again, like you said, everyone survived. I want to go ahead and show you this video because it's just unbelievable. You see that fiery plane crash near a retirement village here in Lancaster area. Flames and plumes of smoke just filling the air. The plane hitting at least a dozen vehicles on the ground, and yet incredibly, no one on the ground was hurt. On board, you had 5 people, again, all surviving and taken to the hospital for injuries. Now, the plane was a Beechcraft Bonanza. It had just taken off from the Lancaster airport nearby when the pilot reported an open door. So the big question here is, why was that door open? Did it open as it was taking off, or was it already open on the ground? We also know that there were high winds here, so a lot of questions for the NTSB, Michael.
Yeah, a lot of factors there, Gio. Thank you for that. Now, to an update on bald eagle couple Jackie and Shadow. They welcomed 2 baby birds last week, and now they have a third. This is video of the adorable and very fuzzy trio provided by friends of Big Bear Valley. There are no names yet for the little ones, but you can send in your suggestions.
Oh my
Beautiful.
gosh.
So cute.
Tic-tac-toe. That's my suggestion.
I like that.
Yeah, it just came to me. Coming up with our GMA morning menu, the nurse who says her wellness ring helped save her life. Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Tara Narula is here with how these devices work and when you should seek medical attention.
Also ahead, Robert Downey Jr. with a big surprise. We'll find out in Pop News.
Plus Don Johnson from Dr. Odyssey. It's all coming up on GMA.
We are back now with our GMA cover story and the woman who says her Oura Ring helped save her life. The wellness technology has alerted her to signs of serious health issues. Rhiannon Alley has that story for us.
This morning, one woman sharing how her wellness tracker prompted her to seek medical attention.
I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't figure out exactly what it was.
Leading to a startling diagnosis.
Every day, my Oura Ring on my app would look like this. I had major signs almost every single day.
Nurse practitioner Nikki Gooding says she's been using an Oura Ring for almost 3 years, a small device worn like a ring on your finger that monitors a variety of health metrics, including heart rate, sleep, and oxygen saturation levels.
I primarily use it to track my heart rate and my cycle insights, which has been really helpful.
It wasn't until Gooding came home from a trip back in December that she began to notice some changes in her body.
I began having some symptoms that were waxing and waning, with night sweats and fatigue. Didn't think too much of it at the time, but I kept getting alerts on my Oura Ring app saying that I was displaying major signs that my body was under some sort of stress.
Gooding alerting her doctor about the symptoms.
I actually ended up being diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma. Luckily, my oncologist actually said that he doesn't think that I've had lymphoma for any longer than 6 months, so I think that we did catch it pretty early.
And while these smart devices are not designed to diagnose illnesses, Gooding says having access to data made her act more urgently.
Having this information laid out in front of me definitely made me take it more seriously.
For Good Morning America, Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
And joining us now is our ABC News Chief Medical Correspondent, Dr. Tara Narula. Full disclosure, I've been wearing one for many years now. So just explain to folks at home just what it can do.
Yeah, so really what this is about putting people or patients in the driver's seat of their health. It's about empowering people with information about their body, their health, their lifestyle, allowing them to have those discussions with their doctor and be part of the decision making. It takes them, and it puts them in a situation where they can be proactive about a problem instead of reactive. Why is that important? Because in medicine, so many times we want to catch things early when we can better treat them, when it's not irreversible. You think about things like the Apple Watch, right? Which has a feature which can detect an irregular heart rhythm like atrial fibrillation. That atrial fibrillation can sometimes lead to stroke, which is irreversible, right? So we think about that being part of it. The second thing, and you heard the nurse practitioner say, is that it's very easy for people to ignore their symptoms. But when you have a warning light, like in your car, flashing, it's a little bit easier to say, aha, maybe I should pay attention to this and get it checked out. So there are a lot of devices, a lot of them measure measure different things. The Oura Ring, for example, measures about 20 different parameters, things like body temperature, respiratory rate, heart rate variability. And you can imagine how if something is off, it could be a clue to something else going on. But important to say, as it does on the device, there's a disclaimer. This is not a medical device. It cannot diagnose, cure, treat, prevent, or manage medical conditions.
It is very clear about saying that, because I was telling you, I got a little bit of a warning last week. Now, I know I'm not feeling well.
Right.
But it really just reaffirmed to me that, okay, something is a little bit off here. All right. Just talk to people about the symptoms that she was experiencing. It could have been a myriad of things. When should you go to see your physician?
Right. Well, there's really two things going on. First is the information I'm getting accurate, right? So you could be getting the wrong information. So teasing out, is what I'm seeing true or not true? The second is, what does it mean, right? And so is this a false alarm, or is this something worth investigating? And so anytime you see those, it's really important to talk to a doctor. The doctor's the one that's going to give you the context around what you're seeing and really let you know, is this something to pursue or not? I see a lot of patients come in with their Oura Ring saying, I saw this, what do I do, right? So always good to bring it up with your physician.
So they bring it up to you?
They do, absolutely.
Yes.
And it can also cause health anxiety, I will say. So for some people, these devices are not great.
I know, that was Michael. Michael and Lara, they had one too, and he won't wear it now because it can. It's not for everyone.
It makes you nervous,
okay.
right?
All right, you don't. George,
okay,
what about
Robin, thank you. We're going to get a behind-the-scenes look now at Karen Reed's first murder trial as she gets ready to head back to court to face charges she killed her Boston police officer boyfriend. Eva Pilgrim here with the first look. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, George. Karen Reed maintained she did not kill her police officer boyfriend. Reed has said she likes talking, and she has done just that throughout this case. She and her legal team even inviting cameras in to film behind the scenes of her first trial for a docuseries that's coming out this month.
My name is Karen Reed. I'm 44 years old.
It's the trial that captivated millions and divided a community.
Now I'm being charged with murdering a Boston police officer. I could face life for second degree, life in prison. I still can't believe what's happening to me.
Karen Reed is accused of murdering her Boston police officer boyfriend, John O'Keefe. Prosecutors say she hit him with her SUV and left him for dead in someone's yard as a snowstorm rolled in.
So did you drive your car into John?
I did not drive my car into John. Didn't reverse it. Did not hit John with my car.
Now, a new ID docuseries, A Body in the Snow, the trial of Karen Reed, taking viewers behind the scenes of the contentious trial that ended with a hung jury. Reed now facing a second trial next month. Director Terry Muir telling us Reed reached out before her first trial.
The access is unprecedented that we had to Karen and her defense team.
Following her for all of this time and having so much access, what surprised you the most?
I think I was mostly surprised by how involved Karen was in her defense. I think that's very, very unusual. She was there for every single minute. And, you know, she said, what else am I going to do? I'm fighting for my life here. I want to be involved.
The cameras following Reed for more than 200 hours at her home, in the car, going inside her meetings with her lawyers, even in her team's so-called war room, as they prepared and put on their case, poring over video from police body cameras, as well as evidence they collected to put on her defense, saying that she's the victim of a corrupt police trying to cover up what she says was a fight that led to O'Keefe dying at a party with his fellow officers.
Why are you doing this film?
This is my version of testifying. Doing this film is my testimony. This has happened to me. And, you know, I know what happened between John and me. I know what happened in our life and time spent together before then. I know the events of that morning. I know what I said. I know what I didn't say. And I haven't been able to say it. It's incredibly frustrating.
Karen Reed's retrial is expected to start April 1st. It's going to look a lot different than the first one. There's a new prosecutor. Reed has added more defense attorneys. There's potential new evidence. A Body in the Snow, the trial of Karen Reed, premieres on ID for 3 nights starting March 17th. The series will also stream on Max. George.
Thank you, Eva.
It's time now for Pop News. What you got, Will?
Hey, you ever go to your high school reunion?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, I graduated in a class of 2. That's not very
fair enough. Well, this class,
2 of us there. How are you? Okay, let's go home.
This class is a little bigger. Sorry. We begin this morning with a Hollywood reunion 40 years in the making. The 5 core cast members of The Breakfast Club, that's a class of 5, Michael, are set to reunite next month in the Windy City. Molly Ringwald, Judd Nelson, Emilio Estevez, Ali Sheedy, and Anthony Michael Hall. They're guests at Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo. Emilio Estevez posting on Instagram, for the first time for everything. See you soon, Chicago. The John Hughes movie is considered a classic. In 2016, it was inducted into the U.S. Library of Congress's National Film Registry. It just celebrated its 40th anniversary reunion year back in February. A total classic. And now for some news that everybody needs here. Nobody Wants This has begun filming season 2. And Netflix and star Kristen Bell posting this behind-the-scenes video of the table read for the first episode of the series, posting the dinner party kickoff script, some fan-favorite cast members returning to our screens, including, of course, Adam Brody, Justine Luke, Darcy Carden, and more. Plus, the cast is growing this season. Adam Brody's real-life wife, Leighton Meester, is reuniting with her Gossip Girl co-star Belle to play a guest role. She plays Belle's middle school nemesis, who is back in her life as a momfluencer. I would watch that. I love this show. Nobody Wants This, currently in production in LA, is set to stream later this year. Looking forward to that.
I love that title.
Yeah. Nobody Wants This, right? But it's so good. Amanda and I are thinking about getting Adam Brody as our rabbi for thinking about it, meaning I'm putting it out right now. Adam Brody, I don't even know if you're ordained, but I'd love to have you. Anyway, now to South by Southwest, the festival in Austin. It's film, TV, tech, health, and wellness, but we go straight to the king of Marvel movies, Robert Downey Jr., making a surprise appearance on the Disney Parks panel, revealing to fans that he collaborated with Disney Imagineers to bring a Stark Flight Lab attraction to the upcoming Avengers campus at Disneyland. Downey calling the project a privilege of a lifetime. He then said to the actual king of Marvel movies, studio president Kevin Feige, he's not done working with the Imagineers because, quote, you need more me. Which he's not wrong. He's back as Dr. Doom, the whole thing. Finally this morning, I had to end on this unbelievable video going viral. Nick Liotta captured a pod of dolphins at Rincon Beach, California, swimming and surfing with surfers off the coast of California. How good is that? The video was taken back in 2023, but has just recently surfaced online. That's Pop News.
That was pretty good.
Thanks.
Good job.
Go to your reunion. Everyone knows you.
What?
Go to your high school reunion.
There's only 2 of us.
Well, then, even better connection.
Yeah. All right, Will, thank you for that. We're not doing it, though. We're going to turn now to Sleep Awareness Week, which couldn't come at a better time as we lost an hour of it this weekend. But this morning, we brought in some mattress experts, and lifestyle contributor Lori Bergamato is here with more. Good morning, Lori.
Good morning, Michael. That's right. There are so many choices when it comes to buying a mattress. So we turn to the experts, and every product you see is available on our website to shop this store.
My pulse is rushing.
My head is reeling.
Yeah, well, my face is flushing.
If you loathe tossing and turning, but shopping for a mattress overwhelms you,
Loathing.
you're not alone.
It's even tricky for sleep scientists like me to navigate sometimes. Around 30% of people simply aren't getting enough sleep. It's not just about quantity, it's also about quality.
And there are tips you can use when looking for a new mattress.
We're here at Sadva to learn a thing or two about mattresses and how they affect your sleep health. Let's go.
Helping me navigate the aisles, sleep expert Dr. Dan Gartenberg.
Tell me about back pain. So many people suffer from back pain. And with mattresses, what do you recommend to remedy that?
A lot of it is personal to you. That being said, there was a randomized controlled trial that did show that a medium firmness mattress reduced the most back pain. So, this Sattva mattress here has actually 3 options for the firmness.
And firmness isn't the only way to customize your sleep experience.
Oh, moving.
Mattresses that put you at an incline can help with a number of sleep issues, like neck pain, sleep apnea, and snoring.
Anyone who snores is going to benefit from a slight incline.
And this is really interesting because it's split. So is the idea here that if you have a sleep partner, you guys both can get a great night's sleep?
Preventing the sleep divorce is one of the main reasons why I think this bed makes a lot of sense. So this is perfect for that sleep partner who snores and you don't snore.
If you're a light sleeper and you're shopping for a mattress, you want something like a memory foam.
Especially if you find yourself disrupted by the motion of your bed at night.
And for the littlest sleepers,
mattresses aren't just for adults, obviously. Babies and kids need to sleep. What should we be looking for in a crib mattress in order to really stretch our dollar?
I think babies and kids need to sleep more, and the science shows that they do. Their brains are developing. One of the really important things is that it's very firm. So a very firm crib for a baby. Another cool feature about this is you can actually flip it over and you'll get a different firmness. So something like this can sort of grow as your baby grows.
Now, Lori, we just saw the crib for babies, but what about kids 3 and older?
So you do want to stretch that dollar. So you're going to look for terms like dual-sided or dual-phase mattress. You know, we saw some of those at Satva. What they are a little bit firmer for ages 3 to 7, and then you can just flip them over, Michael, and you can have that mattress from the time they're 8 to 12. So you're just buying one mattress, and you're saving money in that process.
And I see we have one of Satva's
yes, please have a seat, Michael Strahan. So this is the Satva, the classic luxury. What's great about this, it's been a GMA bestseller. People love it because it's like a Goldilocks bed, right?
Yeah.
It comes in 3 different firmness levels. So I don't know, does this feel too soft or too firm for you?
It feels kind of good.
So this one is medium. If you're a side sleeper, like 60% of us are, this is the kind of bed that you want because it's hybrid. So you can see here that it has the coils, but it also has some memory foam. And that's really what you're looking for. So you want that softness to really support your hips and your joints, but you also want that firmness to keep your spine in alignment.
Look like we messed up Gary's mattress.
Oh no, you get a $550 discount. You just have to go to our website.
All right, $550 discount.
Just
That is
GMA
fantastic. Thank you, Lori. Coming up, Don Johnson is here with an exclusive clip from Dr. Odyssey. There's the man. Yeah. Gary, I'm sorry.
You got Captain Massey at the bridge. Go 312. Tender 312. Avery, come back.
Odyssey! We're on my back!
Get to the bow. Prep the sound cannons.
You know that man, Don Johnson. Exclusive clip from this week's episode of the ABC show, Dr. Odyssey. Don joins us now. Welcome, great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
I love what you say about the show. You say it's like a dream.
It is. It's like a dream, and you know anything can happen in a dream, and we made sure of that. You know, we have some sequences where people are going, "Say what? What? The man broke his what?"
Do you have, Mr. Jones? Do you have those types of dreams in real life? What we see?
I have Technicolor dreams.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
we don't want to get into
we don't
that.
want to go there. No.
It's PG rated.
Okay.
So.
Well, let's go with. Did you have to pick up some new skills for this role?
Not really. I mean, I've spent a lot of time on the water. I used to race those power boats, you know, offshore power boats, and you know, it tells you how smart I am. But you know, you pick up a lot of nautical stuff, and you know the lingo. Basically, with anything, if you know the lingo, you're an expert.
That's exactly.
You know, you said that anything can happen. The fans and the internet have all these theories about what's going to happen and what's going to go on. What
and
can
I
you
agree
tell
with
us?
all of them.
Can you tell us? Can you give us anything?
I could, but then I'd have to kill you. Because ABC has made sure that we don't reveal anything past orcas, which is I think what airs next. We just had Shark Week.
Yeah.
And then the orcas are chasing away the sharks. I know it sounds a little wacky, but we are on the ocean.
We actually
those creatures live in the ocean.
A little lesson this morning. We have a message from one of your biggest fans.
Dear Don Johnson, can you please tell me what it's been like to work with such a massively talented, devilishly handsome man like Joshua Jackson?
I didn't hear all that. I think I'm grateful.
He seems like a lot of fun to be working with.
We have a blast. I mean, the whole cast and crew, you know, we're all old hands, and Ryan came out and I think part of his genius, and he is a genius, is his ability to identify people's energy. And he handpicked the 4 of us, and we all 4 said yes. And so that energy is what came into the show, and it was sort of how I started the show today. That whole
One of the outtakes.
Eddie's over there having a blast because he knows what that entails. Y'all will hear about it. And anyway, so that kind of joy and that kind of enthusiasm and permeates the set, and I think that translates.
It comes through.
It does. Yeah,
it really
I
comes
think
through.
so.
It really does.
Yeah.
You must be a proud papa. Your son Jesse, your daughter Dakota, following in your footsteps. So they come to Papa for some acting advice?
Well, I warned them against it. I mean, I said, you know, this is not for you. I'll tell you a quick funny story.
Okay.
When Dakota was graduating high school, we have a rule in the family. And the rule is that if you don't go on to college, you get a job. You're off the family payroll. So out of high school, I went to Dakota and I said, do you want to go visit some colleges? And she goes, oh, I'm not going to college. And I went, oh, that's interesting. How are you going to look after yourself? And she says, don't you worry about it. I'm going to be an actress. And I went, oh, what would I have seen you in? Nothing, right? Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. 3 months later, she had that part in The Social Network, and she hasn't looked back.
Oh my gosh!
And Oliver Peoples campaign. I said, I'll just be over here in the corner.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, seems like you got this.
And we saw you recently work with your best friend Bruce Willis's daughter, Rumor. You've known her since.
I held her as a baby.
Yeah, the whole
and I
life.
held her baby.
Is it kind of full circle for you?
Oh man, it's beautiful. You know, Bruce and I were friends when he was a bartender at Cafe Central over here. And I'd go in there and sit with Bruce. I didn't drink at the time, but Bruce was such a good storyteller, and he'd tell me about all the trials and tribulations of dealing with the drunks and the actors. It's kind of the same. and you know, and I got to be friendly with him, and I said, you know what, you'd be awesome. So I called the casting director, Bonnie Timmerman, and I said, Bonnie, there's a guy that's a bartender over at Cafe Central. And she said, yeah, I know. There's 5,000 of them. I said, no, this guy is interesting. He's special. Bring him in and read him. And she did. And we cast him in Miami Vice before he was ever in anything else.
So what was it about him? What jumped out at you?
I could just tell. You know, when you do something enough, you know, like in what's his name's book, Malcolm Gladwell's book,
10,000 hours.
10,000 times, you know. You get. By the way, I can sit with a director, and in 15 seconds, I can say he either has film sense or he doesn't. It's weird, you know. You just pick those things up, you know.
And it's worked out.
You know.
So far, so good.
You didn't pick up that your daughter had it, but it worked out for her too.
No, I was just trying to keep her gainfully employed. She didn't need me to keep her gainfully employed.
Thank you for coming. A lot of fun. Dr. Odyssey.
I
It's
enjoyed
Thursday
it, you
nights
guys.
at
Thank
9.
you so much.
Thank you.
8 Central right here on AV. Streams the next day on Hulu.
Hey, we're having a little laugh here with our next guest, who was a big screen superhero in the Wonder Woman movies. Now, Gal Gadot is taking on a very different role as the evil queen in the new live-action Snow White. Gal, it's great to have you here. Welcome back to GMA.
Thank you, guys. So good to see all of you.
It's great to see you. And it's been 88 years since the original.
I thought since the last time we've seen each other.
No.
It's really early, but
since the original animated movie came out.
1937 was the original Snow White movie.
So how do you put a modern spin on it, but still pay homage to the original?
Well, you bring someone brilliant like Mark Webb, our director, who managed to kind of pay respect and keep all the iconic, magical, delicious moments. And the songs and all the magical creatures and everybody, and kind of adapt it in a way to make it timeless and contemporary at the same time.
Yeah, and it is timeless. It is something that's timeless.
Thank you.
It was so odd to see you in this role. We're used to seeing you because you're the hero. You're always the hero. Looking at a villain.
I know.
How was that playing for
First
you?
of all, I'm very nervous for my daughters to see it because they're so used to go and watch me in the theater and feel like I'm the best.
So they haven't seen it yet?
No, they're gonna this weekend. But it's great. It's very different than anything I've ever done. Stepping into the villain character was very delicious. She's such a grand character, and when I moved, every bone was like I really got into the under her skin, and it was a lot of fun. And I think I can't wait for my daughters to see it. I'll be sitting watching them like this. Yeah.
Let's give everybody a look right now.
When I was young, my parents and I we'd pick apples. We'd take them and make pies, then go out into the village.
Pies are luxuries. They don't need luxuries. It confuses them.
But sometimes something small, something sweet even, can make you believe that there's more to being alive than mere subsistence.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
So how do you prep your daughters for mom being a villain?
So it was funny, actually. I have 4 daughters. 2 were too young to really understand anything. But Alma, our 13-year-old, and Maya had 2 very different reactions. I told them, yeah, I'm going to film Snow White, and they were so happy. And then Alma asked, who are you going to play? And Maya goes, what do you mean, Snow White? And I'm like, I'm going to play the evil queen. And Maya goes, what? No. She's very dramatic. And Alma was like, ooh, Ima, how she liked it. Yeah, it was 2 different reactions. I bet.
You should film their reaction when they watch it, just to play it back for them in the future. Like, this is what you thought. We know that your youngest daughter is the year-old now, and you revealed you had brain surgery while you were pregnant with her. Can you tell us what happened?
How long do we have?
Long as you want.
The biggest thing I can say, I'll start with saying, which camera? Advocate for your health. Our body always gives us signs. Always check yourself. Don't delay anything. I didn't listen to my body. I had major headaches while I was 8 months pregnant for 3 weeks, but really I couldn't do anything. I was in the dark. I couldn't hear anything. I felt like my head was about to explode. And I was checked by different neurologists, and I didn't show any other symptoms than the headache. They just thought I had a migraine. Cut to mother's instincts. My mom, we talk a million times a day, every day, but after 3 weeks, she told my husband, enough, we need to get her checked, do an MRI, and it was like February 5th last year. It was the rainiest day in LA. They shut down the schools. Mulholland collapsed. It's like the end of the world. And I go, maybe tomorrow, it's so rainy, the girls are all at home. My mom was like, no, go and get it checked now. I was rushed to the hospital. I was found with a major brain clot, like all of this and here and there. They took the baby out within a couple of hours, and then I went to a thrombectomy, and but I'm fine now. But the thing is, had I known before, I could have, it could have been much easier. But nevertheless, I'm very happy to be alive, and I'm so grateful for everything. But just check yourself.
Is this why you're speaking about it now? Because you didn't for so long.
Yeah.
But it's to bring attention and to tell, when, like you just said, have a self-awareness. Is that your message for folks?
From the moment they got me back to the ICU, and I was, after the thrombectomy, I told my doctor I want to talk about it, and then we're like, okay, let's make sure I'm on the other side of it. And it was quite a recovery. It took me a good few months to get back to myself, and now that I'm here, Yes, that's the biggest reason to why I talk about it.
Well, we're happy that you're talking about it. We are happy that you were on the other side and
that
you were
happens with women.
healthy.
Don't with pregnant with women in general, but also pregnant women.
Yeah.
This is something that needs to
had
be
I
known.
known, you know, if there was any awareness, then I would have known to check. But there's not much awareness when it comes to women's health.
We do know now.
Yes.
That's you.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're happy you're back. Don't make it another 88 years like when the original came out. Right? You got to come back as soon as you can.
It's really
always
good to
great
be
to
here.
have you here, Gal.
Thank you, guys.
And Snow White in theaters on March 21st. We're also excited to see it. We cannot wait. Coming up, the co-founder and co-CEO of Sandy Hook Promise is here with their new PSA and how they're helping save lives.
Back here on GMA, 12 years ago, 20 children, 6 school staff members were killed in a shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut. Since that horrific day, family members have made it their mission to raise awareness and work to prevent future tragedies. Nicole Hockley's young son, Dylan, was killed in the Sandy Hook shooting and is the co-founder and co-CEO of Sandy Hook Promise. So we're going to speak with her in just a moment. It's beautiful, wonderful to see you again, Nicole. But first, we're going to take a look at the organization's new PSA.
When you're the best of friends, having so much fun together, you're not even aware you're such a funny pair.
Boy, you can just sense it here in the studio. Nicole, I've had the privilege of being at some of your events over the years. Can you just explain to folks the mission behind that particular PSA, the creative behind it?
Sure, thanks. Well, all of our PSAs are focused on recognizing that school shootings and gun violence is preventable when you know the signs. This is not the experience that any of us want for children. And this idea came from, after the Sandy Hook school shooting, there were over 60,000 teddy bears sent to Newtown because people don't know what to do. They recognize the loss of innocence, they recognize the loss of childhood, and unfortunately our teddy bears, instead of being companions for our kids, are instead used at shrines for school shooting memorials.
Remind everybody what the signs are to watch out for.
Oh, there are so many signs, and we have a very comprehensive list on our website, but some of them can be very overt, such as bragging about access to weapons, talking about, having a school shooting, or saying don't come to school, but they can also be more subtle in terms of lack of empathy or anger management or withdrawing from friends and family, really changes in behavior, extreme changes in behavior that can mean someone's in crisis and needs help.
And Sandy Hook Promise also created a way for people to share fears of potential violence, which just helped prevent 2 shootings.
Yes, that's right. Just this past month, one in Indiana and one in Florida. In Indiana, it was just one person who made a tip to our crisis center, and we were able to get an intervention for that. And in Florida, we had over 40 tips reported to our crisis center of kids saying, this is going to happen, we need help. And we're able to get that intervention for them. That's now the 18th credible school shooting plot that we have stopped.
Oh, that's incredible. Tell us how the tip line works.
So the tip line is really quite easy. It's the Say Something Anonymous reporting system. We go in and we train students, school teams, and local law enforcement about how to recognize signs and then either talk to a trusted adult or to use a system like the anonymous reporting system. You can do it by a text app, you can do it by a website or a phone line, and you say, this is what I'm hearing and seeing, this is what I'm concerned about. We work behind the scenes with the school team and local law enforcement, find out the credibility, and get that intervention made.
So there's so many facets of your organization. Yes, and awareness and prevention in that, but also support.
Yes.
Also, because unfortunately, since the tragedy in Sandy Hook, there have been countless. No, you can count them. They're not countless. You can count each and every one of them. What has it meant for you to be a part of that support for other families?
Behind the scenes, I spend a lot of time with families of other mass shooting victims, and partially to give them hope, because there is a path forward, and I see a lot of the same patterns that we all go through. But also, this is the club that no one wants to be part of. So knowing that you have a support network is important. But really, it's about ensuring that we don't have these acts happen in the first place.
And that is the most important part. Nicole, thank you, and everybody who was involved for being the voice.
Thank you
really
so
do
much.
appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
And we want everybody to know you can see the long version of the PSA and find out more about the organization on the Sandy Hook Promise website. Come on, Thin Mints rock.
I'm all over that.
Thin Mints rock.
Samoas, Thin Mints.
Yeah. Have a great day.
You put them in the fridge?
Oh, yeah.